are going to a fifth set here in Madison between Minnesota and Baylor. Wisconsin-UCLA is on deck, but we've got to decide this first regional semifinal first. Courtney Lyle-Karchkarai with you. Minnesota, maybe that little spark at the end from Stephanie Samity will carry over into this fifth set, because after the first set, she stopped hitting with that pace and that extra speed on the volleyball.
She summoned just what she needed. If she has that kind of heat, of course, you want to set her every time. They fooled me a little bit because it's really tough to put the ball down from the back court if you don't have some of your normal heat. She summoned it for that swing and got him to the fifth.
Samity's numbers: 13 kills, 16 digs, but hitting .093. What happened to Baylor towards the end of that set?
A lot of hitting errors. You know, for the season, they're about 14% error. On this match, they're closer to 20%. And those extra points, especially when it's 25, 23, it's so close, you don't want to give Minnesota freebies like that. One of them we saw a challenge on, but it was ruled still out of bounds. Those are the kind of free points that make it really tough to win against a great team.
So in 5 sets this year, Minnesota's record is 4-2. Baylor 1-3 in 5-set matches. But it all comes down to this one set. One of these teams is going to open the season here in UW Fieldhouse playing each other and close it, because that is happening right now. That's how they started this matchup. And
look who got Minnesota back in at the line, Myers. She had a great run, and there's another one. That's one of the choices that every coach has to make is, who's our first server? Smart choice by Minnesota to put her right up to the line. That means she'll likely get a second service turn in this shorter game, this shorter set to 15.
Only, yeah, as you said, only playing to 15 in the 5th set. You still have to win by 2.
Causing trouble again. Nicely executed by Myers. Oh man, Miyabe didn't touch that one very well.
Winna will get a swing off out of the back row. Lauren Harrison through the block.
Huge chance for Minnesota. That was not a difficult play for Miyabe to control, and instead they had to send over a free ball, or a down ball, letting Baylor off the hook a little bit.
Baylor's offensive numbers have not been great, hitting 181 for the match. They've only hit under 200 on the season one time. That was against Wisconsin. Cece McGraw! Highlight reel waiting to happen.
Impatient play there. Better to keep it on your own side.
Avery Skinner makes up for it, gets the point.
Sometimes those plays at the net, people send over, but there are 6 people just waiting, and it's much better to pass it high on your own side and give somebody like Miyabe a swing on the left.
Avery Skinner with 17 kills, one of 3 Baylor Bears in double figures. Samity, long. Still hitting under 100. Lauren Briseno.
Oh.
Wow, Bramschreiber certainly laid out for it.
She was there. She wants that one back. What a nice effort by her. And a difficult play to make it with your left hand. Lots of spin coming off the block touch.
Vandermark. Here comes Yasi out of the back row. That puts her at 20.
We saw her having a lot of success out of the back row. She's been pretty quiet there. They've chosen to go more to Skinner on the left side and Vandermark behind.
And then an ace for Bree Coleman.
Yeah, Myers is the most effective server for Minnesota. Coleman is for Baylor. Both of them cause tons of trouble.
Baylor up in the 5th set, play into 15. Yassiana Presley has 20 kills, the most she's had in the last 7 matches for Baylor.
And those swings she takes out of the back row are lethal. And her ability to hit line on these swings makes a blocker move out more like Miyabi does on that, and then that leaves space to hit it between blockers. Just hits with so much range. And she even comes up with the occasional ace. That's not the strongest part of her game, but she's been contributing on that from behind the service line also.
We've been talking about how she moved into the opposite. Why is that going to be her position on the next level? Why is that a good fit for her? I
think that's a good fit because she is not known for being a super strong receiver of service. And that's just a bread and butter part of any outside's ability at the next level. Nice swing by Presley. You love having that backcourt swing from her. But she struggles in service reception, and that's a tough. It makes it tough for you to be an elite international outside hitter.
Baylor is hitting 400 here in the 5th set. Winner take all. Samity, yes. She's up to 14.
They move her back out onto the left side. Good setter connection. Everything lined up for her to take that hard swing that she's capable of doing.
Ball is in the hands of Rachel Kilkelly now for Minnesota. We're playing to 15 points. You have to win by 2. Hannah Sedgwick is going to get a free ball back to her team and dump it into the net.
And she had the option of Presley behind again, both behind her and behind the 3-meter line.
Parise blocked Ellie Huseman.
That's tough. You've got such a great option with Avery Skinner on one sideline and Presley on the other. 2 straight choices not to go to either of those 2.
3 straight points for the Gophers. Kilkelly diving. Jenna Winnes. They call her Minnesota. Ties it at 6.
Great up by Kilkelly in the backcourt. What a nice read.
An ace for Minnesota. They've got the lead.
Boy, at some point, Coach McGuire's got to call a timeout and stop the bleeding.
Yeah, 5 straight points for Minnesota.
Surprised he's leaving it.
Avery Skinner tooling the block, tied again at 7.
That's a set Coach probably would have wanted to see earlier when they had those choices. Hannah Sedgwick had the choices to go to her or to Presley behind.
Presley off the bump set.
Skinner doesn't look okay.
Samity in, dropped it in.
What a nice swing by Steph Samity. That higher set, that broken play gave her time to get where to get her feet to the ball. And there's a challenge from Baylor.
Yeah, something happened in that rally to Avery Skinner.
She collided. Great hustle. Can't remember who she collided with, but it looks like maybe took a knee to the throat or an elbow to the throat and shaking it off. Looks like at least she's able to breathe enough to laugh, so that's a good sign.
Wow, well, Minnesota used a 5-0 run to come back. And now they have a 1-point lead.
Well, if you're Baylor, you still have two nice options in the front now, and now both in the front row. You have Avery Skinner on the right, and of course the person who's carried their biggest offensive load this season, Yassiana Presley, on the left.
So there was a Baylor challenge, and Minnesota keeps the point. Jenna Winnis has got a 2-point lead for Minnesota.
She's been hitting that high corner really efficiently the last half of this match. That also takes the block out of play. Love that high, deep swing.
Oh, another tough serve. Samity. Too wide.
Lost opportunity for Minnesota. A free ball. Couldn't convert it.
Avery Skinner behind the service line now. Oh, Presley.
Baylor, they've been doing that a lot this match. Oh, they called a net.
They called Parise in the net.
Wow.
And Ryan McGuire has his challenge card up.
Look at this huge move by Presley. Well done. They have been lining her up opposite Stephanie Samity, trying to go strength against strength. That time she won the battle. The question is, did she or oh yeah, there was a net.
Yeah, it's Parise's arm. Hits the net tape, so this point should stay with Minnesota.
Watch after the ball leaves right there. Net by Parise, number 2. Man, does that one hurt. The one that hurts you even more as a coach, Courtney, is when the other team hits the ball out of bounds. You didn't have to do anything for the point, but one of your blockers netted.
Right, so yes. Oh.
This is essentially the same thing.
So neither team with any challenges remaining. Minnesota 10-8, playing to 15 here in the 5th set. Spot in the regional final on the line. Power from Presley, 22 kills.
Starts with a nice touch from Harrison, and Baylor bringing Harrison out just for a play on to bolster their block, get a better block all the way across the net.
Both of these teams ended their runs last year in this round. Only one is going to advance this time. Vandermark. The drama continues. We're tied at 10.
Like what Baylor chose to do, they get to have Vandermark in transition. That's what she's been playing for them until this season, a little opposite.
Oh, service error.
Tough break for Baylor. They made that blocking sub, but you can't use it when you serve into the net.
Right.
Wasted chance.
Jenna Winnis. Winnis out of the back row. Monster monster swing, Jenna Winnis.
Wow, coming up huge. And only one blocker in front of her. The wing blockers were expecting the set to go toward one of the sidelines.
Presley off speed. Miyabe, Minnesota needs 2 points. Ryan McGuire calls timeout.
Nice swing by Miyabe. Smart swing to use that end hand. So important for hitters to learn to get comfortable actually attacking at the block.
Other players are stepping up right now for Minnesota when maybe the connection or whatever it is with Stephanie Samity is just not there right now. I mean, I say that and she has 16 kills, but
hitting under 100,
right.
And her season average is, over almost 3 times that. No, you're right. If they're not getting production from the middles and they're struggling to get production from Samity, either because of a connection problem with the setter or something else, then you have to get production from your other 2 lefts. And that's what happened on the last 2 plays. Winnis out of the backcourt, that nice swing on the Bic, and then Miyabe from the front court.
Reminder, winner of this moves on to face UCLA or Wisconsin in the round of 8, the regional final. That will be on Saturday. We still have Washington and Texas and Illinois, Nebraska for you in our nightcap. 3 more matches for you on our ESPN family of networks. For Baylor, what do you want to see different?
Well, they need a good first contact, but this is where, remember, we've been hearing Vandermark screaming for the ball. She's going to run across the court. She's in the front of her, closest to us on your screen right now. She's going to run across so she can put her left arm better to use. If they get a good pass, they've got some really nice options. Presley on the left or Vandermark on the right. Watch her sprint up toward the top of your screen.
There's Presley.
Presley down the middle.
Miyabe. Winnis with the tip. It is match point Minnesota. They used a 5-0 run earlier in this set and have been right there, and now they're up 4. Vandermark, wide, go Gophers, go! On to the round of 8. The 12 seed takes down the 5 seed here in Madison.
I'm so impressed with Minnesota. Samity having a rough go of it, and 2 huge left sides come up and carry them to victory with Winnis and Miyabe.
Minnesota ending on a 5-0 run. Miyabe leading Minnesota with 18 kills. Jenna Winnis had 13 kills.
That's exactly what they needed. If they can't get the production that they normally do from the 2-time Big Ten Player of the Year, it's going to come from those left sides. Really impressed. And Coach McCutcheon was talking about both of them yesterday in terms of how much they've developed this season. That's exactly what they got tonight.